What's up, everybody? Back again with another Dawn of Heroes card of the week review, card spotlight, whatever you want to call it. This time we have another double feature. We have Alisae, a hero, and Alphanaud, a rare. Yeah, very interesting. We got two cool cards to talk about. Rochelle's back again with this one. Talks about how we have more twins in the series, across all the series that I had forgotten about. Like, we knew Palom and Porom. I forgot Edgar and Sabin were twins, and Lan and Rain from Waft. Yeah, so that's very interesting. And then this dynamic duo. So I guess the card of the week is Alisae, right? When Alisae enters the field, choose a job Scion of Scion of the 7th Dawn of cost 3 or less in the break zone. Play it onto the field. When a water forward enters the field, choose a forward your opponent controls. Dull it. This effect will only trigger once per turn. And paired up with that is Alphanaud. When Alphanaud enters the field, your opponent selects a dull forward they control. Put it into the break zone. And that damage 3 you get plus 2,000. So a little underwhelming in my opinion, just like printed values, right? Alisae sits in that 5k range that we have found ourselves in again, that we don't want. Right before it was Brynhildr, now it's Warrior of Light, and so this is kind of it's just a little soft, right? The Alphanaud thankfully gets the buff. Is just out of that 5k range, and also gets a buff to put it at 8k, but still in a Mott range, so still quite troublesome. Naturally, they're designed to work together already, so you know, when Alisae comes in, Alphanaud will come in. You'll dull something first from Alisae's trigger, and then at the end of that stack, you'll have Alphanaud have your opponent select a dull forward, right? So it's there's some removal, and you get two bodies. It's not the worst combination. It's very simple. Effectively 2 CP, right? Because you can pitch Alphanaud when you play Alisae. There are other job Scions forwards of this 3-cost forwards that we can talk about as we go through. But let's go ahead and finish the article. So Alisae is the pre-release promo, which is nice, and Alphanaud is the sleeves. I think it's a little. I think this has to be the first time. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Obviously that that the cover art is a rare. I know like the Sarah before was an H and the pre-release promo, so I just think it's weird. At least we get sleeves. I don't know how you feel about them, but they're not my favorite. So, but the pre-release promo is gonna be cool at least. So. She goes on to talk about just some of the basics of it. You know, what I said, the abilities and stuff. Best paired with their fellow Scions in Water and Lightning. Thank her Y'shtola, which we've always been a fan of. Obviously, we tried the Scion thing for a little while. We did it in the past, and maybe this time it'll come back. These colors are lacking a few like key abilities in their kits, mostly, right? Like the things are a little more important now than they were back then. So like being able to recur is nice, which they both have a little more now. A little more removal, which is nice with these two, but we still don't have enough remove from play stuff and like counter abilities, like things to react to. It's mostly you know, we're kind of just waiting to do that stuff, to like break their forwards and stuff, right? We don't have any counter plays in these colors too often, right? And so we do have this Y'shtola, this like which we love also. Being able to bring them out, you can give Y'shtola haste or have 2 forwards give someone else haste, and then having all these forwards kind of just helps pump up her special, right? Just makes it more valuable. Like everyone else will die and you keep this, so. It's just a good way to clear your board. Have someone give Y'shtola haste, and then you can 9k everyone, and then that way you'll have a clear board for everyone to swing into. It's not a lot of stuff. She talks about Oracle Light as well. She'll buff the other 2 plus 2,000, and then her, you know, if she gets removed, you can play the Alisae into Alphanaud again or Y'shtola again. And so it's kind of like a little loop kind of thing, so long as you have the Oracles of Light. Not much else to talk about here. We'll get over the teaser for the next week a little bit later on in this video, but right now let's just talk about some of the options, right? I've gone ahead and pulled up some of the scions that we have here. Obviously, this is Shola, the Opus 16 Legendary one, but we also just got. We have a lot of Ishtolas that I think will be nice. It does have to be forward, so we are limited to that. But this Ishtola has been seeing a lot of play, and just the fact that it can bring it back instead of having to just grab it back makes me think that this Alisae, right, and this Ishtola will replace the other. Which one is it? Alisae in 13 currently, right? Because I'd rather draw the other one, pitch 2, get this Ishtola back onto image 6, than pay the other one, get 2 cards back, and hope I have something to play it, right? It's just a little bit better, I think, for to be a faster aggressor. So 13 will definitely work into that. All in all, though, I think this one's also a good option. It's a good way to get rid of something on the board a little bit faster. Like also, right? Not faster because it's just you have to take the damage to it, but also it's just I think might be a better option. Again, also depends on what kind of deck you're building with these two. You can always do Papalimo. I think it's or less, right? Yeah. So at any point late game, you're able to get this Ishtola to kind of hold, bring. Negate like a Toto if you want to like have some protection. Anyway, the Ida and the Papalimo are also good choices in from back in the day. I ultimately, you could grab these Uriangers. That'll help you get monsters out. You'll have 2 scions if the effect resolves, so you'll be able to pick up a 2 cost or more or whatever if you have more on the board. I don't think we'd be prioritizing any of this Thancreds. I hope we get a new Thancred. I think we are, right? But he's 4, so it's a little off there for me. This Alphanod, this Ishtola, and this Urianger are probably also better bets. So this Alphanod would search you a character and add it to your hand. So this kind of, at the worst case scenario, you're playing Fire Lightning anyway. And this one will help you search a backup that you need. And so you'll be able to work more effectively with it, and so you can kind of like stabilize in a bad hand, and if they die as the game goes on, you could always play the other one to have your options, right? Search for a piece you need, or in like certain situations, or play something that kills something, or play something to break. There is the option now that we've seen. We have the Earth Wind Ishtola, which I think is probably one of my favorite options, honestly. In a weird tricolor build, multicolor thing isn't something that we're so estranged to anymore, that we can have this option in these decks, and so we'll be able to play her 9k haste, can't be blocked by 4 Moors. Let's go, right? This Urianger is also an option, but at least with this one, with the pros to this one is that you'll be able to get both triggers, right? So he'll come in, Alisae will trigger, you duel something, then you play a monster, boom, do something. It's just a couple things there. Unfortunately, Oracle of Light is not a target, so it doesn't really work. And if your whole deck is 14, this Urianger is also an option. So a lot of valuable targets. She kind of hints that there's hopefully more in the set, but she'll say there may be more cards in the set that pay well in the group, but I'll leave those to the other reveals. And so, yeah, we also kind of have seen, I don't want to bring it up too much because I don't want to pull it up, but the Graha also lets you pay X to, I think it's a Scion, also Job Scion, lets you play something, and that's from the new set. So there's a lot of potential here. Definitely has some cards we can work in and around. I just hope I like the idea that we could be more creative than just lightning and water, because currently those colors aren't super viable at the moment. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Not much to go over in terms of pros and cons here. We'll keep this one short because it is just an H and an R here. So we'll see. We'll see what we get next week. Kageyama is showing off a popular character. That long-time card of the week. Readers might be surprised I didn't choose this set. So another Yuna maybe, or something in 10. There is an RN we're waiting for, I believe. So hopefully it's either a 10 character or a Yuna, I think, or Y or P, any one of those. But yeah, thank you, Rochelle. Thank you all for listening. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. I want to know what you think about this Alisae Alphanet combo. Do you think Water Lightning will finally get some legs out again after a while, after such a long time? And yeah, as always, guys, thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you learned something, or this helps you cook, don't forget to leave it in the comments. Take care.